we're going to be doing our first video batrep today for bolt action. As you can see, the board is nearly done. It's not quite finished yet, and my opponent has not managed to paint his miniatures yet, but he's getting there. He's got work.
Alright.
So we're just going to do a straight basically engagement where we shoot each other, nothing too complex, just to learn the rules. So we'll talk through the armies a bit, then deploy and show us deployment, and then get on with the game. Right, I'm late war Germans. As you can see, there's my force. Nearly all done now, just the epaulets need to be done on them. I have 3 late war veteran Panzer Grenadier squads. Each one has 2 light machine guns, 1 assault rifle and 1 Panzerfaust, and this one on the end has 2 Panzerfausts. I have a Pak 40, something scary to take out a tank if it comes too close. My favourite sniper team, my Oberleutnant and his assistant, an air observer, and a medium machine gun team. So there's the German force. I'm going to be deploying this side. So when I've deployed, I'll show my deployment and then we'll get on with the game. Over to my opponent.
This is my Russian force. For starters, we've got the anti-tank team over here. We've got a medium mortar with Sparta. I've got 3 regular light machine gun squads with 2 light machine guns in each. My OT-34, which is me outfitted for this battle with a flamethrower. I've got 2 regular submachine gun squads with 7 men in each. My commander with his bodyguard, my medic, and for free with the Russians I get this inexperienced squad of 12 men.
Hi, here's my German deployment. I've got one of my Panzer Grenadier squads here, ready to go around and hopefully deal with some of those Russians up there, and whilst avoiding that horrible OT-34. We have a cat invading the table. Bubbles! Beelzebubbles! Off!
Down! Down!
Sorry, Beelzebubbles is the Queen of Darkness and loves invading. I don't think the Germans can cope with her. We have the Panzer Grenadier squad here with the 2 Panzerfausts. Yeah, the 2 Panzerfausts. No, I've got, yeah, the 2 Panzerfausts. 1, 2. Thought I was going insane there. Ready to move up and hopefully deal with the tank. I've got another Panzer Grenadier squad here. That's just basically to move to deal with that flank, centre, or reinforce where needed. My commander's here hiding out to the front. Got the Pak 40 here with a nice clear shot, hopefully. Then, because it wouldn't be a machine gun nest without a machine gun, I have my MMG there, hopefully to cover that nasty approach there and maybe kill some Russians. I have my observer and my snipers again to hopefully cover these 2 approaches. So that's my deployment, and now I'm going to hand you over to my opponent Kerry to talk about it.
Hi, this is my Russian deployment. Firstly, we have my mortar team here, who is hopefully going to lay down some covering smoke and covering fire down these archways. We've got my first regular light machine gun team, who are covering the same arc, ready for my submachine gun team here to hopefully run round and assault the pillbox up here. It's probably not going to happen. Last game they barely got within reach of the pillbox and were gunned down mercilessly by, well, German scum. We have my second regular light machine gun team here covering the central approach, which my free squad here is hopefully going to run up and if the tank, my OT-34 here, if that doesn't get blown apart by the, well, that's we'll see. Hopefully they'll be able to deal with the Germans up here. The third and final regular light machine gun team here is covering the approach here from those horrible Germans, and my last submachine gun team here is just there for moral support, and basically to take the losses, because I really need them to not die. And my anti-tank squad here are there to lay down suppressing fire on the pack, because it's likely going to blow up my tank quite quickly if I don't deal with it. And that's my deployment.
Well, the first dice of the turn for orders was that tank coming right down that road, and notice my Pak 40 is gone because a flamethrower is really quite obscene when it gets up close. Hopefully they can deal with it before the rest of my army get put into horrible burny death by that tank. So we'll do a full summary at the end of the turn. Okay, at the end of the disastrous first turn for Germans, I'll go through what I did, and then I'll go through what my opponent did. These guys advanced across here to open fire on that squad there, and put a pinning marker down, but did no wounds. That sigh was because they managed to get a bucket load of misses, and out of the 7 hits managed to roll 1 wound. These guys spectacularly run forward to try and Panzerfaust that, and missed, and failed to hit it on its nice side armour. These guys just advanced into the hidey bit there, doing nothing. These guys advanced to where the Pak 40 was after it got burnt by that tank, and in desperation took a shot with the Panzerfaust, and guess what? Missed. Air Observer has marked the tank. The sniper here took out the NCO of that machine gun squad on the hill, which has caused them to go down this turn. Machine gun in there, fired at them as well, putting another pin marker on and killing 2 models. This is because we forgot our smoke markers, and it's representing the smoke that's been lobbed by mortar on the hill. Right, these guys completely and utterly foobarred. Well, they didn't foobar, but they failed their order, and they went down. These guys put smoke. These guys just run up behind the smoke. All the Russians advanced behind their OT-34, which is going to maim all the Germans and all the Panzerfaust. Have missed it completely. Those anti-tank guys in the far corner there completely whiffed and did nothing. So, disastrous first turn for Germans. As you can see, Beelzy Bubbles there, not coming on the board anymore after she's been thrown off unceremoniously. So we'll get on with turn 2 and tell you what happens. We've just decided to show you a little bit of something going on here. The Russians, bless their cotton socks, bolstered by the fact that with their green rule they've become regular now and not inexperienced, have decided that for the motherland they're going to charge in against the Grenadiers in the building. The OT-34 having a stack of pin markers, as you can see, got 5, did nothing, so they've decided to say what the hell and scream for the motherland and charge. So interesting combat's about to happen. We'll tell you what happens at the end of the turn. Okay, we're in at the end of the second turn. We had the Russian submachine gun squad were caught out in the open by an assault there and were killed to a man. But the anti-tank squad up there took a few casualties. These guys moved up and shot at the guys that... Who did they shoot at?
They shot at the
They shot at them, didn't they?
The guys that came over.
They shot at them, but they didn't do much.
No.
Tank, as I said earlier, failed to do anything. The German Grenadier squad there was wiped out by those pesky Russians hiding over there. That one machine gun is the sole survivor from the machine gun squad after the Grenadiers in the town hurt them. I have an ambushing Obert Lieutenant there, just in case people come out. Machine gun, put some fire down over there, cause an extra pin in. Between the sniper and the observer there, It took out the NCO and done 2 pinning markers here. The Russians generally advanced, done a few casualties here and there, and mauled that squad in combat. On to the next turn. Oh, the airstrike came in at the start of this turn, which is why the tank ended up getting pinned and a few other guys dead. Didn't really do much though, apart from a few pinning markers. But it has prevented the tank doing stuff, which has saved me no end. Well, these guys, the Grenadiers there by the pylon, they took some casualties, but they managed to wipe out that squad there due to jam. Hiding behind the woods, the anti-tank rifles now run up, so they got cover and fire. I'm trying to avoid the interesting part, which was, see, the tank has moved. And see the Grenadiers that were here, they're not there anymore, because the flamethrowers killed them all. That's the point, roll dice on another one, it's run out. No, it hasn't. These guys all moved up and took shots. And at the Oberst Lieutenant and his adjutant. They killed the adjutant, and I've done a pinning marker or so because of my ambush, because I rolled spectacularly crap. These guys maintained their lying on the floor, not doing anything, as did those guys there. The mortar is still trying to frantically range in on my sniper, because he's got not much else to do at this point of the game. We're going to play one more turn, but it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that that tank is going to stop me. So, hey ho. Okay, this turn was a little bit better for the Germans. These guys moved up and gunned down that squad there. Took a pinning marker from that lowly machine gun, but no casualties. Those guys whiffed in their shooting. Those guys maintained their hugging the ground. They have deliberately hugged the ground to stop me shooting at them, because this guy popped a shot, did nothing at all really. No, he killed the medic. There was a medic there, there isn't one anymore. Machine gunner hiding in the machine gun nest. Gunned down that squad after they spectacularly rallied, needing a 4 or less. Jumped up in the air to celebrate, and then were promptly gunned down by a machine gun. The sniper is no more, as the mortar ranged in and landed on his head. The forward observer in there has managed to carry on putting pin markers on. The tank, well, it moved up, it flamed the sniper that was in there, and did absolutely nothing to the sniper in there, which is why the mortar killed it later in the turn. But it did, you know, it did scare the sniper quite a bit. So on to probably the last turn. In fact, we got one more turn, but this turn was rather unspectacular. That fire did nothing apart from put a pin marker. They failed a leadership test. He shot a machine gunner, and that went down, and they failed to do anything. So this is now the last turn coming up. As it's looking at the moment, the Germans are, despite having them all in, winning 6-4 on kill points. So we'll see how it goes. Well, there it is at the end. The tank went up, took out the machine gun. Basically, I got like 2 German models left on the board, so we called it with a Russian win. But in true Russian style, they have these guys who are milling around and doing nothing, and those guys, and they threw a vast amount of men at the Germans, but the Germans didn't have that many, so hey ho. It was a good game. That tank, bane of my life, wiped out 2 squads. Well, my Pak 40, a squad, machine gun, and I think I fired at it, actually hurt it. Squad that moved across there, got to here. Oh, just taking it off now, but it ended in 5 pinning markers, so it couldn't do anything. That squad there advanced, and the sniper kept them pinned for the entire game. But there we are. All's left is to say, good game.
Good game.